Welcome to this election edition of Colorado Week. I'm Kendall. We're just days out from the midterm election, and we're bringing you special coverage of one of the most competitive districts in the state. That's Congressional District number 8. This district was created after the 2020 census and was approved just 1 year ago. If you take a look at the map on your screen, you'll see the new district here in purple. It's located north of Denver and includes parts of Adams, Larimer, and Weld County. The biggest cities in this district are Thornton, Johnstown, and Brighton. If you live in any of these areas, you're a part of the new District 8. Demographically, this district is 52% white, 39% Latino, and 9% other races. This is the largest percentage of Latino or Hispanic voters in any district of the state. Taking a look now at the voters, there's a little more than 400,000 voters in this district, and 44% are unaffiliated. 28% identify as Democrats, and 25% of them are Republicans. Though Democrats have a slight political lead here, analysts say that this is a working class region, and it supported former President Donald Trump in 2016. Joe Biden won this area by a slight margin in 2020. The race in the 8th district is predicted to be one of the most competitive in the country, and Coloradans have several key issues they'll be voting on in the coming days.
I would say the biggest issue is definitely healthcare for me. Just to give an example, I think prescription costs have gone absolutely through the roof. I know my personal prescriptions are becoming almost unaffordable, so I think that's a really big issue that we need to focus on right now.
I'm voting on the economy. Me and my family are trying to move from Greeley to Thornton, and the housing prices are just too high, so I can't pay off my mortgage. So I'm hoping a candidate can do something to help lower these housing prices and help me and my family.
This November, I think the biggest issue is abortion. I was really scared when Roe v. Wade got overturned, so I'm going to be using my vote for that.
And with 3 female Democratic candidates on the ballot, the race has gotten even tighter. They are Dr. Yadira Caraveo, former Texas Senator Wendy Davis, and U.S. Representative Nanette Diaz-Barragán. After the break, we'll tell you more about the candidates and their plans for Congress. Stay with us. Welcome back to Colorado Week. We're back in the 8th Congressional District where 3 Democrats, Yadira Caraveo, Wendy Davis, and Nanette Diaz-Barragán, are running for Colorado's newest House seat. Throughout this election season, the candidates have prioritized different issues. And for Yadira Caraveo, one of those issues is health care. Caraveo is a Colorado native whose parents moved from Mexico to Adams County. Before entering politics, she worked as a pediatrician. Since 2019, she served as a member of the Colorado House of Representatives. Along the campaign trail, she and her team have spoken about working for paid sick leave, lowering prescription drug costs, and minimizing health-threatening pollution. In her candidacy announcement, she said, quote, "Too many families are falling through the cracks, struggling with job opportunities, health care, and other resources. I'm determined to join the legislation and fight for those families," end quote. Caraveo's team has also spoken about bipartisan collaboration. The northern part of the 8th District tends to lean Republican, and though she is a Democrat, Caraveo has been making appeals to GOP voters. Take a listen.
Yadira believes that she must represent not only those who voted for her, but those who also didn't vote for her. So she's not here to vote just with the Democratic Party on every decision, but she will not compromise the rights of her people as well.
One group that Caraveo is not appealing to is election deniers. Election denial has been a hot topic in the state, especially in the 3rd District where Lauren Boebert serves as a House representative. The Caraveo team made it clear that she fully believes in the election process.
Yadira believes that this system can work. Yadira believes that we can fight for the change we want through the proper channels, and should she lose her race for Congress, she will accept the result as chosen by the American public.
Stay with us here on Colorado Week, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before heading for the polls after this. We're back with more from the competitive House race in the 8th District. Before the break, we told you about Dr. Yadira Caraveo. Now we're talking about Nanette Diaz-Barragan's plans for Colorado. Barragan is from Harbor City, California, where she and her family lived after her parents immigrated from Mexico. She entered politics in the late 1990s as a member of the Hermosa Beach City Council. In 2016, she was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, becoming the first Latina to represent California's 44th district. Throughout her campaign, Barragan has focused on issues like environmental justice, education, and health care. She is particularly concerned about water security as the Colorado River continues to dry up. In a press conference, her team said she plans on funding water-saving infrastructure, recycling water, and investing in research.
If the other candidates are not concerned with the water security in Colorado, then it is evident that they are also not concerned with the safety, health, and well-being of the people of Colorado 8.
Turning now to education, Barragan has also come out in favor of increasing funding for public school resources such as mental health services. Over the past few years, Colorado has increased spending on school operations and administration, but teacher pay has decreased. When asked about these disparities, the Barragan team said she wants to increase teacher pay, but didn't outline how. Take a listen.
We're for ensuring that teacher pay increases, but also not alleviating the resources that we are also paying for.
Barragan has also run on making education more accessible, especially, she said, for underserved groups. Responding to the recent affirmative action case in the Supreme Court, Barragan's team said, quote, "It's not just about race. It's about diversity of thought, diversity of experiences, diversity of where you grew up. So just being able to ask that question is important. So much about the college admissions process is based on identity," end quote. After the break, what are former Texas Senator Wendy Davis's plans for Colorado? We'll tell you after this. With just days until the election, we're telling you everything you need to know about the candidates in the 8th District. And now we're talking about Wendy Davis. Davis is from Fort Worth, Texas, and was a member of the Texas Senate from 2009 to 2015. In 2013, she famously held a 13-hour-long filibuster in the Texas Senate in order to block a Senate Bill number 5, which proposed stricter regulations on abortion. Davis and her husband now live in Thornton, but throughout this race, Davis has drawn from her career in Texas, especially when it comes to abortion. Davis's team said in the wake of Roe v. Wade being overturned, Davis, quote, "believes all women deserve the right to make the decisions that are the right choice for them and their families," end quote. This year, Colorado enacted statutory protections for abortion, and about 60% of Coloradans are in favor of legalized abortions. Another issue that's followed Davis from her career in Texas is gun control. During her 2014 run for Texas governor, she came out in favor of the open carry of guns, a decision she said, quote, haunts her. Her team said she is now in support of stricter gun laws.
In terms of the 2013 vote, again, that was nearly a decade ago. So she, as many people do, her opinions and her beliefs have evolved since then.
Her team said Davis would be in favor of an assault weapons ban, but hasn't taken clear stances on issues like gun purchase age and arming teachers. Throughout the race, Davis has frequently spoken about job security, particularly in the energy field. A total of 3.8% of Coloradans work in the energy sector. That's a whole point above the national average of 2.6%. But as the nation moves to renewable energy production, Davis's team said she plans to support energy workers through the transition to clean energy jobs by providing training and subsidies.
Wendy understands that her climate policies will affect the families who rely on traditional energy jobs to put food on the table, and she will fight for solutions that will ease their transition into the new energy future, including training in renewable energy maintenance and production.
In the final few days before the election, all 3 candidates are out in the district talking to voters. And we've also been talking to voters here in Colorado Week to see who they're planning to vote for. Take a listen.
I am going to be voting for Yadira Caravejo because I think her background as a pediatrician will be really helpful in Congress, providing a different perspective to everything.
On Election Day, I'll be voting for Nanette Diaz-Barragan. I think that she prioritizes the environment, and I have 2 little ones back at home, so I'd like for them to be able to grow up in a clean Colorado.
I'm going to be voting for Wendy Davis because I know she'll be fighting for my reproductive rights.
Early voting is still going on and will continue until Election Day. That's also the day that all mail-in and drop-off ballots need to be received by. If you're in the new 8th District, you can find out more about casting your vote by visiting the Colorado Secretary of State website. That's all for this special election edition of Colorado Week. We'll see you right back here next time.